Konnichiwa. Don't worry if you hear the buzzing that you just heard there in the background, it's just my Pokemon Go thing. So, right, preparing here to sort out the water. So, I'm just going to reverse the C62. We'll start with a bit of train action here. Just to clear that away from the water here. Now, obviously, on this side of the water, the train is over the bridge. I have just tried to give this a bit of a sweep, but you know, stuff happens. Right, so the product has arrived. This is, as I say, unfortunately it's AK, but water gel transparent dioramas. So, as far as I gather, I just, having rewatched some of the videos where the chap's using them, just sort of stipple it on, not very thick, and so we get on. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tackle this area just behind the bridge here, and do it off camera, see how I get on. If that works out, then I'll do the rest and show you how I'm doing it. Okay, right. See you later. So literally all I'm doing is this, loading up the brush and then just sort of stippling it like this, making sure I try and get all the water covered. Didn't sound too happy there, did it? But yes, so as you can see, I've done the bit in between the bridges as well. It's the only thing about this, so I'm not entirely happy with the fact that the water actually touches the bottom of the bridge both sides there. So it's actually, as you can see, there's no actual gap there, just the shadow helps me on this side. But hey ho, there's worse things. Now I can see I'm going to have to chop the, I'm not sure we're going to put the cranes in. I was going to put the cranes in along here, so we'll keep going. So as I understand it, I can always go and put another layer of this over the top if I feel the need to. It's not as messy as I thought it was. It's the only thing to be aware of is the pot is quite full. So when the tabs on it to take the lid off are useless. On mine anyway, they were useless. So I had to cut it open. But yeah, it's quite full. So just be aware of that. Here we are. So you can see it's not actually taking that long to do. And for bits like that where I want a bit more, it's quite simple just to do this. So this is what Uncle Night Shift uses, and he says it goes, I'm not going to hold him responsible if it doesn't go hard, but he said it does actually go hard, but at the very least it should add some life to the water anyway, at least. I'll say it supposedly it dries transparent, so we'll see. Now this bridge, it does actually go underneath. So I have no idea how this will act as a glue, but if we take one of our cranes, it's going to be our first crane victim. Let's put them over here. Oh, climbing. I need my tweezers. What do I do with those? There. I should have put it in my tweezers. Sorry, really bad camera work here, isn't it? unless I put some, hang on, let me put some stuff on the bottom of his, so it might be a bit hard to see, but there he is, or it is, they are, there we are, so that's that one. And because I put my brush into the pot, it is now covered. Make sure that comes right underneath there. I'm just trying to be as quick as possible and just add as many sort of interesting variations, you know, so it's not just another bit I was most afraid of doing. Try and wipe off some of the excess. Got something singing over there. A minute, let's see what's singing. It was a Pepsi bottle. But anyway, so there we go. So I just need to do a bit more here, don't I? Right. I must admit I've got my Japanese railway documentaries I've saved on in the background, so hope there's nothing copyrighted going on. But yeah, so that gives you the basic idea, I think, doesn't it? It certainly, yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing how that all dries. So I'm going to carry on and do the rest of this now, all the way up round there. It's going to be interesting getting to the other side of that bridge. I know I can do it, but yeah, I'll have to move the train first as well. So now I'll make sure I'm done down here first, and I'll move the C62 back, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm encouraged with how it's looking already. You can see how it is starting to dry in places. So I just need to make sure, absolutely make sure I get it right up to the edge, and like there where it's got the rocks to go round, just make sure it absolutely does cover, because obviously the public are going to see the side. Talking to public, very sadly, because of this injury to my foot, I've had to withdraw from the Spa Valley Railway show. I've let them know they like to put me in for another show. So, you know, really grateful for them understanding there. Yeah, it's just not worth the risk. It's a big drive down, and you know, it risks the layout as well. You know, even though I'll have some help, I'd have had some help moving it from my sibling. It wouldn't have been a fantastic idea, really. But yeah, right. Nice thing is, while this is drying, I can still run trains. I can do other bits and pieces. But yeah, got high hopes for this stuff. Yeah, I do have some stuff that dries white, so I might, even with the rocks here, I might actually add some of the white one, just to give it a bit of froth as well, a bit more life. Don't want it too fast flowing, because obviously the cranes need to stand in it, but you can see I'm sort of going for that troppy effect there on the photo. It's nice, isn't it? But yeah. Right, well, I'll come back to you once I've done more, which includes putting more cranes in. And yeah, we'll show you in a minute. So see you in a moment. There for next. So try and ignore that chassis that's running in wrong road at the minute. This is day 2. So this is Tuesday, the 24th. Actually fibbing, it's actually Wednesday morning, but hey, it's only just gone past midnight and I'm don't count it like I'm asleep. But basically about an hour or so ago I added a thicker layer. I was in a voice chat on Discord at the time, so I couldn't really do any filming. But added a second layer, and hopefully when this train with lights comes over, you should see the effect it's already having in the water. How much more alive that looks. So yes, I'm really happy with the first layer. It started to dry a lot harder already than the... it wasn't fully dry, I don't think, but it was drying, despite being over 24 hours. But it was drying, certainly felt a lot firmer than the Woodland Scenic water had underneath it. So, with this second thicker coat, I'm really hoping that I've managed to achieve a much more alive feeling river. You can see it again there, the light from the TV. Again, more Japanese steam. Yeah, hopefully that's making a difference. So ignore that chassis, please, because you're not going to see that one again till June, July time. So yeah, but it's arrived today, so I want to store it in. But yeah. Obviously, doing anything on the river, the first thing I want to do is get a train with lights fitted in it going across. So yeah, hence the hybrids out again. Showing the normal sort of speed I run my trains compared to how they run in. But yes. Right, so I'll do another follow-up tomorrow, when hopefully this should be all nice and clear and dry. And yeah, look forward to seeing how it's all come out. Right. See you then. So, pretty much dry. I can see a couple of areas still slightly milky, like around the base of that crane there, on the right. But yes, I really like the difference that's making. And yeah, let's try and get a nice close-in shot here of the cranes with the trains going across the bridge there. But yeah, I'm quite happy with the results. That train there needs lights in it, really. Yeah, definitely makes the river look far more alive, if that makes sense. And it is, where it is dry, it's hard. There's no sponginess to it. Oh, I'm pleased. So that's sorted out. I've got one more crane to put, so I'm going to put here, flying about there somewhere. Just in line maybe with that fence, just so it can still be seen once the house is in, and once that house arrives and goes there. We can't put those back till after April now, so yeah. Right, but yes, so that is, and I'll give you a look here as well. And again, I think you'll agree that once we let the trains come past, I think you'll agree it's made a real difference to the view. And I have remembered, of course, to do it in between as well. So it's not just the top, but you get the train. So even the reflection of that one's doing quite well. But yes, so very pleased. So one more crane to put in. I did bring there's a little bit of wire home that I might have spotted it again actually. I managed to drop it out of my phone case where I put it from the electronics room. A little off-cut they didn't need anymore. And it was just enough to get the crane onto the bank there, but I managed to drop it. I think I just spotted it. I could see something reflected on the floor there, so hope that's it. But we'll see. I'll have that done one way or another anyway by next video. Got something very exciting on its way from Japan in a minute. It's Shinkansen related. You can start getting excited for it. It may end up sat there more often than not, but it should in theory run on the front of one of mine. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'll see you in the next video. Let's get another shot of the train going across that bridge with the light reflecting on the water. It's just so much better. So that's 2 coats down, and yeah. So I shall say, arigato gozaimashita. Take care all. Always remember to have fun. And sayonara.